I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Council of Dads After Show, Episode 5, Tradition. And this show has done it again. They have run through every holiday in the book. It's Happy Thankma with a side of Old Lang Syne. I can't keep up. So much to talk about. But first, let's talk about my cool panel. Chae Jones, say hello.
Hey guys, I'm super excited to get into this traditions episode. It's time to talk.
Awesome. And of course, we have my girl from Philly, Kay Montgomery.
Hey guys, I'm in the live chat right now, so if anybody wants to chime in, we'll be shouting you out all this episode.
Awesome. And a quick shout out to our boy McHugh. He's feeling under the weather this week, so we hope he feels better. He'll be back next week with a bunch of stuff to talk about. All right, overall thoughts on this episode. This was a lot to take in. I mean, we got grandma visiting. We got Theo getting his drink on. I mean, it's just so much to talk about. Chae, give me your overall thoughts.
Overall, I can't believe they impacted those three holidays and like how it fit into one episode. That was actually amazing. It was written so beautifully. I just need to, we have to talk about each holiday. I feel like I really can't like jump into everything I want to say like at once. I really want to dissect. I'm down. Let's do it.
I love it. I love it. We will get into each one. Kay Montgomery, give me your overall thoughts.
Oh man, well, there's so much. Just the theme running through of like, try to love her, of like getting Anthony to love the girlfriend that he kind of has lukewarm feelings for. That was a tough one. I didn't see Sam's relationship with Robin not working out. I thought we were going to see a lot more than that. So that kind of petered, I wouldn't say crash and burn, but kind of petered out and didn't go where I thought it would. So there were a lot of surprises, definitely.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, let's get right into it. First holiday, Halloween. I love too that they did this reoccurring thing with the dog eating off the table for the beginning of every holiday. Very fun. Very fun. All right. So we start off with Halloween, right? And everybody's having a good time. And of course, I gotta say, I want to be on a show one time so that I can have like a cool Halloween costume that I didn't have to worry about making, and that someone else could make for me, and then I could look cool then. Because Halloween costumes are a lot of work.
You have a gorilla suit. Don't you have a gorilla suit?
I do not have a gorilla suit. I am gorilla suit, but I don't have.
You are gorilla suit, but you don't have a gorilla suit.
Yes, I know. It's a long story. I'll tell you another time. But let's get into this. What were your thoughts on this beginning scene, Chae?
Of the Halloween costumes. And
yeah, just that whole beginning there.
First of all, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. It just absolutely is. I don't care about trick-or-treating. I don't care what I'm doing on Halloween. I'm gonna do something because it's just so much fun to be around everybody in different costumes. And we had RBG, we had a very concept art glass ceiling, which I would have never thought for 13, 14 of who Charlotte is. And JJ as Bruce Springsteen, like just my heart was just like feeling so much. And then you had the Council of Dads in there. It was just everything I love about Halloween, and I loved it. But the fact that obviously Theo wasn't there made me think, okay, Theo's coming. He's gonna come in somehow. I don't know when or how, but he's definitely gonna be in trouble because that's the one day. Oh, legit, you going through something, but you don't get in trouble on Halloween. I don't know why I knew that, but I knew that.
Well, that's a great segue. So Theo shows up with a cop who we find out, oh, that's Robin's running buddy. What were your thoughts on that, Kay?
Okay, listen. He's the friendliest cop ever. To drive him home when he got busted for underage drinking, I was like, what town do y'all live in? Like, what country? Yeah, especially when they were. Anyway, Yeah, so that was really interesting. I feel like Theo's getting a lot of passes, my dude. Like her like idea of like, she says at one point, I don't want to fight, or I didn't want to have a fight with him. I'm like, that is all you do as a parent. You picking fights constantly. I mean, you got to pick your battles, but you got to be willing to fight. You can't not want to fight with kids. You think they're gonna want to do what you want them to do? Like, none of the time. Which is why he's out drinking with friends. So
that's like some things kids do in high school. Like, you could not say you did not know kids in high school who were drinking.
I knew of kids. I didn't roll with those kids, but like I knew those kids. But like, yeah, no. I mean, she gotta just be, I don't know, all of them. Okay, whatever. Okay.
I think you're being a little harder on Robin, because I felt like she did a good job in this episode of like, managing him and like punishing him, and like took his phone after he got the bad grades. I don't know, Kay. I don't know. I think you'd be a little hard.
Why would you take someone's phone for bad grades on Thanksgiving? You can't do that the day after Thanksgiving. You ruined Thanksgiving.
No, I'm not. No, I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. If I just got your bad grades, and then you also lied to me about why you got bad grades, your phone privileges are taken. Your TV privileges are taken. A lot of things are being taken.
That's the only thing they care about, right? Like, but you take the phone, you take their lifeline.
Right, but as a parent, you have to manage your own life too, right? Like, listen, if I'm gonna ground you for 2 weeks, I can start the day after Thanksgiving so that I have a decent Thanksgiving.
Well, okay. Fair enough.
You're gonna ruin my holiday, like you ruined my holiday. So anyway, yeah. So thing that dude was the cop, and we didn't realize it. He shows up and he's the cop. He doesn't really have a strong personality, but I find myself liking him. Sam. I find myself liking Sam. I don't know how you guys feel about Sam.
Yeah, I would agree. I actually that takes me right. You guys are killing me, or actually you're killing it with helping me with these segues. I was just about to go to that scene. So now it's Thanksgiving, right? We're moving on to the next holiday, because they don't let us linger at anything on this show. So we get a very sweet scene between Robin and Sam. This whole thing of what's cop lingo for early release, and then of course you say, well, we call it early release. So it was just really sweet. I agree with you, Kay. I like this guy. I like that he's not too much. He's just kind of taking her in. They're kind of taking each other in. They're both, obviously his wife isn't dead, but that marriage obviously isn't doing well. And I think they're taking it. It's very sweet to me, especially for grown adults. Usually they want to get right into it. And they're really taking their time, at least in the beginning. And I like that. What about you, Chae?
I like Sam. Like, he obviously is a little different from Scott, or who we have learned who Scott was. But I think that's also is what needed. You need the difference. Mm-hmm. Because no one can be Scott. No one can be who he was. And that's fine. And finding the opposite, there's a calmness about that. Like, I appreciated that their quote unquote relationship before it appeared, as Kay has said. I liked it. I liked their banter, and like you said, taking their time to get to know each other. I think that also was key. We don't have to go fast. We don't have to put a label on this. Let's just be slow. Slow and steady. Sometimes we'll just win the race.
Yeah, so it's Thanksgiving, and here comes Grandma. And man, she's like a house of fire. She's just like telling people what to do right away. Taking the baby with Robin, handing it to, what's his name, Anthony. It's just, wow. I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna like this lady. What were your thoughts on her, Kay?
Okay, so I think we all already came with a little judgment for her, because she misgendered JJ. She put JJ in a dress the last time we saw her. So I feel like we all were kind of like, what is she gonna do? But she was on her best behavior. She was like, oh, I'm sorry, I misgendered JJ. And she was trying to be, cool with everybody. It seems like the kids love her, like JJ loves her. It seems like everybody really enjoys her. Sometimes she drives Robin crazy, but I mean, that's how mamas are. They drive you crazy. They're gonna come and be like, you look tired. I mean, I have literally had my mom say that to me. Like, that's what they do, So I was really interested to see her interactions with the dads more, especially because we know that she feels like kind of out of place with them. So I was interested to see if there was going to be like a huge blow up, or like a showdown with them. And so I was glad there wasn't. I think it played out really believably. And I think you guys, Mom.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
it was so cute.
Wait, what? I missed it. What happened?
Mama
Mama.
and Larry. I'm talking about Grandma Patricia and Larry.
Oh, and
Oh,
Larry.
yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, when she was like, "Who do you think I could date?" And then she named some guy from the town. I was like, "Girl, Larry, who you
Right? This is who Larry needs. Okay,
Okay,
come
he's
on.
family. Let's just go on and join our family."
I won't call Larry dad or stepdad, but hey, Larry, come on to the party. Let's just join it.
Yeah.
And I am 100% with my boy Larry. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a great movie. And it's one of the very few Thanksgiving movies. There's very few, people think it's actually a Thanksgiving movie. So well played, Larry. So we also kind of have this side thing of Luly wanting to kind of, well, she wants to meet this adoptive family that adopted her for 2 months when she was a baby. So when that first response was, heads up, we're good, I was like, of course. Like, why would you want to pick that scab? I mean, this is a baby you lost. Chae, what were your thoughts on that?
Okay, I can understand why she would want to, because I think she wants to understand. It legit comes down to just wanting to understand. Obviously, things that were outside of your control because you were a baby and this is something new to your information. So you were kind of curious about the life you would have had or could have had your dad not fall for you. I totally get it. But baby, like, you have a lot of family. You have it, and you're very, very lucky. A lot of people in the foster care system are not. Like having people fight for you is a good thing. I did it myself when I was about 10 when my family fought for me and tried to figure out where I was going to go as a kid. So I get it, but at the same time, you are lucky, right? Like sometimes let dogs lie. Sometimes Pandora's box needs to stay the hell closed.
Well said. Well said. Kay, I know you got some thoughts on this.
Well, I mean, I thought it was interesting. I really appreciate Chae's opinion because, you know, she's been there, so she knows. I thought it was just, let me just say, Evan is so great because I thought he brought up a great point, just as Chae says, you know, when he started naming all the family members she had, that's not even including his mom, his family, the new family that she's inherited. Their family is huge. And I just wonder, and hopefully next episode, maybe they'll get more into her motivations behind it. Is it just for the story? Is it just because she's writing this story and she needs that narrative in it to include it? I just don't understand why that's so important for her. She seemed super invested in getting them to talk to her. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why. So yeah, for 2 months when you were a baby, like I just don't, I'm very interested to find out the motive behind it, the motivation.
Yeah, I'm with both of you. I'm just like, you know, you have a lot going on. So don't go digging up some stuff you don't need to be digging up. But you know, that's usually when people dig in and go for it more. So we'll see what happens down the line. We have Oliver and Peter. There's some trouble there because Oliver is not happy about what went down, and Mal, like they're literally arguing on the front porch on Thanksgiving Day. I love the interaction between the two daughters. And then Charlotte's like, I don't think I want to kiss anyone. Kissing gets you in trouble. Talk about that little bit, Chae. Talk about this whole thing with Peter and Oliver.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about the kiss for Charlotte.
Well, yeah, all of it.
Okay. Either Charlotte, it might be in the LGBTQ plus community, or if she doesn't want to kiss anyone, maybe she is asexual, which would be actually interesting, something to play because that's not like seen on TV mostly or at all.
Mhm.
Okay.
So if that's the way they play it, I would just be very interested in see how that journey will be for her. As for Oliver and Peter, Oliver, just block. Like, there ain't nobody stopping you from blocking a number. I'm sorry. Like, why? Like, you getting so upset about Thanksgiving, New Year's. All you gotta do is block a number. All you gotta do is make your man block a number, and your life will be happy. But at the end of the day, you're sitting here pushing him away because you don't want to lose him. But that's counterproductive. You will end up losing something at the end, whether it's yourself or the lost chance because you kept pushing somebody away from you. So either you love him or you don't. And if you don't, cool. Say your piece, peace out. And if you love him, fight for it. Because if you're not fighting, why are we still doing this?
You know what is interesting? Have you ever heard like kids don't know the difference between good attention and bad attention? I feel like this is the most attention Ollie has paid to him in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He's running around with the other family. He did that like cursory, like spa day kind of a thing, but he's still not paying attention to his family. The attention that he's paid to his family is negative, to be like, why is he paging? Why is he getting in contact with you? And to keep dredging up the kids. So I'm just like, bruh, like, I mean, I echo Chae's statement. I don't know why they aren't in counseling and quick. I feel like his husband is only going to be able to take so much, he's not going to be able to take much more of his just like accusatory, blaming, like anger without trying to rectify or figure something out. Especially as a doctor, I would think like that he would be more, here's a problem, let's try and fix it. So I'm surprised that he's kind of spiraling. I'm
going to play a little devil's advocate, ladies. I mean, we're kind of letting Peter off really easy on this. I mean, he is the one that did it, and he has a history of it. So it's not like Oliver's just blowing this all out of nowhere. Like, there's a history here. Also, Chae, you say, oh, let's block the number. I'm like, I shouldn't have to block the number. You should block the number. Like, I shouldn't even have to ask you. Like, that shouldn't even be a thing. Like, if this is creating a friction between us, it needs to be out. Like, our marriage is more important than this. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think Peter's getting a little bit of a pass here. And
we got on Peter last week.
I know. And I'm not excusing the fact that he kissed somebody. We're now past the kiss. We're now on like a bigger issue
we're not,
here.
Though.
Oliver is not past kiss. And you said he had a history. He has a history. He had a history that happened 15 years ago and some 2 years when they were dating. And in 15 years, if this is the one mistake you made, progress. That's like me playing devil's advocate. Sure. And then two, why, like, Oliver, find out why he did it. I mean, granted, he told you why he did it. You're not paying attention to your family. Like Kay says, you're throwing so much of yourself into Robin's family. And like he said, I don't want to be that person, that partner that feels jealous of a dead man's family. But here we are.
I just thought it was very poignant when he said, I have to have my guard up at my own house again.
That was
that was like, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
That was a rough one right there.
Yeah. So,
but that was also something for Oliver to be like, okay, you also need to lose that little boy inside of you that was still hiding though. Because that's also playing into our marriage too at the same time. Because you haven't dealt with it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's multiple levels. I'm just saying, I think, I mean, obviously, it's a feel-good show, so I think we're safe. But it's very interesting. All right, let's move on to the next holiday, Christmas Eve. I love this moment when JJ walks in and looks at Anthony and the woman, I can't think of her name right now, kissing.
Margo.
Margo, thank you. And says, "Are you guys in love?" And she's like, "I am." And Anthony, not so much. Kay, you talked about this a little bit earlier. Let's expand upon this.
Yeah. So first, I just want to give a shout out to Chaos 13212, who's in our live chat right now, talking with. She's just chatting about kids. So it's awesome. We love for you guys to be in our live chat. Talk. We'll always give you a shout out.
Nice.
So the situation. First of all, I was like, that is a little bit unprofessional. They are literally making out in this kitchen. I would never disclose that I love someone first if I didn't know where I stood. So I felt like that was really vulnerable on her part. But as we listen, as the episode progresses, I kind of felt like it was extortion isn't the right word. It was kind of
emotionally extortion.
I felt like it was manipulative, basically. Because she told him she loved him because she wanted him to disclose. And when he didn't, she was trying to kind of push him into doing it, which I was like, really interesting. I think that it brought up a lot of good issues surrounding Anthony's character, because it made me think, okay, is Anthony really a playboy at heart? Is he ever going to find somebody? Does he kind of have a little flame for Robin? Like, what is the situation?
Yes.
So I like that it layered that in. I thought it was interesting that he seemed like a quasi good guy. So he was trying to not kind of make himself love her. He was like, he didn't immediately break up with her. He kept like going out with her and like trying to figure out stuff about her. And, so I thought that was really interesting. It made me just be like, I am so glad I am not single. I do not miss that drama, honey.
Amen, sister. Amen.
I hate dating. I hate dating.
Chae, what did you think? Like, would you? Because I love how Kay was like, I would never say it unless I knew that they felt it. How about you?
Hell no. I'm sorry, no. No, I'm not saying nothing first.
Okay.
It could be my upbringing. It could be just I need to know where I stand. I'm sorry. I need to know. No, I'm not doing nothing first. I need to hear the words from you. And also, it was just interesting because obviously Anthony bought Robin a beautiful necklace, and you got your woman a ski coat. Two things. One thing is not like the other. And let me tell you, if I just found out that my man got me a ski coat, but you got Robin some jewelry, we only have a conversation. But we want to do it in front of everybody.
Like him and Robin are friends though. They go back. How old is Luly? 18, 23, 25. They go back 20 some odd years.
But that's that was an expensive diamond, okay? You could have got Robin something else besides something else pretty. Okay.
Well, technically this was, in lieu of Scott, this wasn't like he just did this out of the blue, I think,
Or because he has feelings for Robin, and when he got with Margo, he was trying to push those feelings for Robin away and go into this new relationship, but it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
It didn't. It was a nice try. It was a nice attempt.
It was fun, but not so much. But technically, it's only been like what 3 or 4 months though. It's not like it's been a year and a half, and you know what I mean. So she might have been rushing this a little bit anyway. But
oh, I love you. Yeah. No.
All right. So then we had this whole scene in the restaurant, and Theo doesn't want to go to church, and this is where I felt like, Grandma, you need to check yourself. Okay, you don't get a say in anything. You're lucky you're allowed to be here at all. Like that's where I'm at. I'm like, Grandma, you don't just get to come in here and like talk to us like that. No.
How dare you?
No.
King's face is everything.
Ladies, give it to me, ladies.
No respect for your gam. That's what you're saying.
No, I do, but my would not come in like that. No, No. She had no respect for anybody. She keeps talking about respect. She had no respect for anybody else. She just want to come in and do what she wants.
Okay,
like you're the grandmother.
Can I just say, let the record show that she went to the council and was like, what do you guys think about what I did X, Y, and Z for church? But she didn't even ask Mom, who's the person that wants everybody to go to church. Why didn't you include Mom in the discussion?
Wait, what do you? I'm not sure what you're saying, Kay.
Yeah.
Robin include Patricia in the discussion about church. She gathered all the dads together and she asked them specifically, what do you guys think about Theo going to church? Should it be mandatory? Why didn't she also pull Patricia, grandma, into the conversation and ask her?
Because she knew what the answer was going to be.
I was like, she just said, non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
I understand both of what you're saying. And I actually agree with both of you. I know that seems weird to say. It really is true. I understand definitely where Kay's coming from, because I'm sorry. This was my grandmother. Oh, words have been said. Like Patricia was nice. Okay. That was nice. Like that was real nice. However, I don't agree with Sean the fact that she shouldn't, it's not that she shouldn't have a say, but she should at least be included. I think that's what more for, I think even for her it is, I just want to be included. It doesn't really mean I want to have a say, but I want to be made to feel that I am still a part of this family. Like just because you guys lost Scott doesn't mean I'm not still here. I can't be that person for you.
Yeah, but she's only there like on the holidays. She's not there every day. So you can't, these guys are there every day. Like this is, you just come in and then have a big opinion and like everyone's supposed to listen to you? No.
That's a grandmother, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
That's a grandmother for you.
I mean, later on, Larry says, you outrank us. Later on, after he went to church with her,
he does.
He said, you outrank us, which I thought was really humble of him. And I feel like it's probably something that Robin should have said to her.
But I mean,
you know that she feels casted to the side. You know, she told us her history when she was explaining it to Sam, you know, like she got replaced in her job that time. Her husband replaced her with her best friend. So she always thinks that she's going to be replaced. So she feels really insecure in her position within the family. So I felt like Robin should have kind of been looking out for that a little bit more. I think the fact that she isn't all the time as sweet with Robin and kind of works Robin's nerves, I think is why Robin wasn't being as considerate of her in that moment. But I think that she should have, took the higher ground. And like Chae said, she should have at least included her in the conversation. Because that's something she's really insecure about.
And I will take it back to real quick to Thanksgiving, because Robin did try to talk with her mom, but mom kind of shut it down. Like it was not a discussion. It was just, we're eating. I don't really care. It's time to eat.
Yes.
So
this is not someone who should have a say. I don't care. She should not have a say.
So for me, it's not that Robin didn't want to. It's just that, especially mother and daughter relationships are always just complicated, no matter what shape or form they're in. They just will be complicated. So it's hard on Robin, it's hard on Patricia, and they still haven't figured out how to connect with each other post dad, with best friend, post Scott not being here, because like you said, she's not really here for that amount of time like the council of dads are. So it's also, now we have to find a new footing every time you come back, because I have to get used to you when you're away, and then when you come back I have to, be considerate. Okay, it's a process.
It's too much work. It's too much work. So, all right. So I don't want to get bogged down on this, ladies. We'll just agree to disagree. All right. So Theo doesn't want to go to church. And of course we all, I was like, that's because he got something going on. And sure enough, Robin comes home and there he is with his two girls that we got from last week. But man, does Theo twist it around. Well done, Theo, because he's a good listener, just like your boy Sam. Talk about that a little bit, Kay.
Oh, why do you always call me on the ones that I have like the most negative thing to say? Like
you got something negative to say?
You got multiple girls up in your room? And she want to hold your hand all close after y'all been out drinking the other night? Like, I love though when Robin was like, when he was like, these are my friends. And she was like, oh, the friends you went drinking with and got busted by the cops, are those the same friends? I was like, oh, yes, get him, mom. Yeah. It was just sad that Theo didn't feel like he could come to her and say, these are my friends that I made. because we have the same situation. So we really understand each other. And they invited us in this Dead Parents Club. And I feel like Robin would have loved that and been really excited for him to have friends that, you know, have that in common with him. So it did make for an interesting scene when I can't remember the girls' names, but the one really cute curly hair girl grabbed his hand, you know, and he was like,
oh yeah,
I was like, yeah, a scandalous handhold. What is happening here? Yeah, so I think we know which girl is the romantic interest at this point. I will say for our boy Theo.
Okay, Chae, what do you have?
My favorite line was when Theo said, "If I would have told you the truth, you would have thought I was lying." And Robin said, "It's because you often lie." And that seriously, that I think that's my favorite line, because if you just always lie, I'm gonna assume every time something comes out your mouth, it's a lie. So if you start telling the truth, oh, maybe I'm gonna believe you. You see how that works? You see how we transition and the difference? Okay, cool. I thought the scene was awesome. Like Robin coming in and really, just like I said, just being like, oh, the friend you're drinking with? Yes. I think Theo's and Robin's relationship it's interesting because I feel like even though they have different opinions, they're almost alike in certain ways. They are alike in certain ways. And because they are alike in certain ways, that's why they don't always know how to see eye to eye with each other.
That part.
So I think for me, because my relationship with the mom who raised me, it's like I told her everything. There were no, like, make my dad, I might lie to him or have her do it for me. But with my mom, it was like I never had to lie about something. I would just tell her whatever. And then we go from there. Like that. So like to see this, I'd be so interested by it. Because all you have to say is, oh, my friend Jules is having a bad time at home. Can she come over? Can I be there for her on Christmas Eve? Oh, sure. Bring her on over. We got a lot of family. We can like show her what it's like to be with people on Christmas and not have it turn out terrible. New tradition. Let's do it that way. Just things that could have been said differently, but overall I love the scene. And then Charlotte, the backup, just being like, oh, he used my phone.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, don't be sleeping on Charlotte. Don't be sleeping on Charlotte.
Charlotte was like in her little blazer, like, oh, he used
I like that.
Yeah, that was cool.
We stick together. And that's what somebody was saying in the chat. Chaos was saying in the chat that she feels like there aren't a lot of scenes of the kids hanging out together. She said, I loved and hated the ending. I'm probably overthinking, but is this the first time the kids have actually hung out with each other? So the scene in the end, and then here with him and Charlotte getting together. Yeah. So we don't see that a lot, but I love it when we do see it. We see the kids interact. And I thought it was really, that rang very true sibling relationship for her to, you know, help her brother be shady, basically.
Yeah. Nice.
That's the code of siblings.
Yes. All right. So now we move on to the new Christmas. This is actually a great turn in the plot for me. I was not expecting, like, I'm just saying, okay, we start off with a traditional Christmas. We're making breakfast. And then, grandma, to her credit, redeems herself from me. And she's like, all right, we got to get out of here because this is too much Scott in this house, too many memories. We got to go. And then the fact that they go and help Luly, I thought this is such a great, this is why this show is great, because they do this little twist and they keep us guessing. Kay, talk about that whole scene for me.
Yeah, I like that twist. I agree with you. I think that twist in keeping us guessing was really cute. I love anytime Evan's on the screen. He's like a favorite of mine. He's such a warm, bright character. And so them all getting together and like doing something that was service oriented. And even though they were like, it's a regular Thursday, or whatever.
Right.
Actually, when it comes to grief, especially around the holidays, that's a piece of advice that people often give, that psychologists will often give, which is be free to change traditions and create new traditions if there's too much pain around old ones. So I thought that was a really good example, a really good way to show that example of, kind of transitioning into something different that just was going to work for their family this year. So.
Yeah, I love it. Chae.
I thought it was really awesome. Like, maybe because for me, like, Christmas was our big thing in my house. Like we decorated on Christmas Eve. Like we didn't do any decorations until Christmas Eve. The
Oh, wow.
tree, the house, the lights outside, it was up until after New Year's. That's kind of what we did. And it was so much fun watching my dad put up the tree and then I put on the decorations. But then after the first year, it was just like, I don't even want to do anything. Like I think me and my mom just like went to the movies or something and just got out the house. Like it was just nice to be out the house. And like watching that scene was really awesome because it's true. When you're surrounded by so many things, it's okay to just be like, okay, I can't do this day. Yeah. And that's okay too. Let's do something new. It's just gonna be another Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. It's just another day. And it helps you get through it. It doesn't necessarily take away the pain or anything, but it helps you get through. I thought that was so realistic.
Nice.
I thought it was a really interesting transition because we see at the beginning of the holiday, she's kind of judging Larry because he goes to AA, he does planes, trains, and automobiles. He comes home, he celebrates Thanksgiving in a really different way. And she basically bullies him and makes him come to their house for Thanksgiving. But then by the time Christmas rolls around, like she realizes maybe traditions aren't all they're slacked up to be all the time. You know what I mean? So I thought it was an interesting like movement in her character too.
Yeah, that's a great point.
For Larry, it was just because like his family wasn't there. Like, so going to the meetings, watching, playing that movie that I'm not gonna try to say 5 times fast, and just eating some turkey this is the new normal. Like you're finding the new normal, the after part. The after part is hard. It's interesting. It's hard. It's so many emotions you can't even begin to think.
Awesome. And it's a real quick. And Robin goes and has this scene with our boy Sam, and I was confused. They said, "Let's take it really slow," and now passionately kiss me. Wait, what? Wait, what happened to really slow? Like, I don't understand. What's going on? I don't know. I don't want to linger too much on it, but all right. New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Wow, we start out with Oliver. Man, he's on a rampage now, and he goes to Eddie's house. Woo! Wow. I didn't think Ali had it in him, man. He went to town on Eddie. Kay, talk about that scene.
Poor Eddie. I love how Anthony was just standing in the back like, I'm here to make sure you don't get the beat down. Like, yes, first of all, that was great. You know, I feel like Ali is a little bit out of pocket, so I couldn't get in on 100% on his storming to Eddie's house for a text. Like, I was just kind of like, Ali have like,
wow.
Yeah, so yeah. Like you said, like Chae said, talk to your man, tell your man to block the number, or whatever. I know. I just felt like it was real extra, but I mean, it made him feel better. But it was a lot. It was a lot real extra for somebody that texted your man, especially after your man kissed him back, whatever.
Well, I love though that how Anthony then twisted right back on him and says, do you love him? You have no idea how lucky you are. You better go fight for them. Chae, what was your reaction to Anthony in that moment?
Anthony's the MVP because it also made Anthony realize what he was going through.
Yeah. At
the same time as you're trying to tell somebody, I'm glad you felt better about what you just did, but sir, you have a husband, you have a daughter. Why the hell are you over here? Like, I'm glad I felt good, but this isn't gonna save what you built. And if you want to save what you built, go back to your house because you won't find what you need right here at this house. This is Eddie's a blip. He was a test. He came to test your relationship. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. He came to test the relationship. And if you really are gonna like fail this test, then just say goodbye to your husband, share joint custody with your daughter, and then live that divorce life.
Wow.
But if that's not what you want, you better go home and wait for your people to get home and come. And first of all, I just love to see when he got home and he had his vows. And first of all, the same tux you wore to your wedding 15 years ago.
Wait, hang on. You just 180'd on this guy. Hang on. You just said you got to go do your thing, and now you like love him again? Come on.
No, because he did it. I think that's what he needed. But it's like true. You say vows for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes worse is worse, and I'm sorry that it just happened now in 15 years, but work it out, because you said for better for worse. You said to death do us part, and those are vows that should be taken seriously.
Yeah. No, I think it's I actually like that too, that, you know, he said, I was so scared to lose you that I'm pushing you away. And he kind of finally admitted to Peter that he was definitely in the wrong as well. But it's not like you busting out some old marriage vows to bring back the old feelings. I'll tell you that. That was a well done by the writer. I know if I would go back and look at my marriage vows, I'd start welling up, crying. That'd be it. Like, it'd be all good then. So well done.
Shout out to Testo on the stairs, though. That was my girl.
Oh.
Are you married? Are you still married?
Yeah, we still married.
That was so sad for her to come down there and be like, "Are we still married?" Like she thought they were going to divorce. That's trauma. I was like, "Oh my gosh, whew, I'm glad it worked out."
All right, so our girl Robin, just when she thought she had a little happiness in her life, Sam's got to go back and fight. I love that Robin. I love when she says, "I never compared you to Scott until now because Scott always fought for his kids, and so do you. Go save your marriage." Wow, Kay, talk about that scene.
I felt so bad for Robin in that moment because I just want her to be happy. I'm rooting for her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like Sam wanted her approval. Like maybe if she would have said, "No, I want to try and see if this will work with us," maybe he wouldn't have given his wife another chance. But the kicker was he said they had tried already, like multiple times. So, I mean, I'm all for fighting for your marriage, but I just wonder how many times he's gonna be roped into, especially we don't know the situation. It could very well be toxic, and she could be dangling those kids and be back in when he doesn't need to be. So I'm very interested in hopefully him reemerging at some point. I'm really interested to see how that whole situation plays out if we see him again.
Awesome. All right, well, we're running out of time here, ladies, so I just want to get to the end of this episode. Scott Day, the final holiday. I want to have a water gun fight, but wow, what happened to Charlotte? Chae, talk about this quickly.
I was like, no, legit, I actually said out loud WTF, and I just couldn't believe what happened. And obviously, it's probably some medical condition that nobody knew about, but it was just so sudden. It was like you actually saw the shift in body before it like went down. In Theo's face, I felt so bad. I mean, granted for Charlotte, but definitely for Theo, because I feel like even though Theo is trying to be that teenager, cool, doesn't want to hang out with his siblings type of thing, he really loves and does care for Charlotte. Like that, that's his best friend in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Quickly, Kay, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, the same thing. Like Theo and Charlotte have the tightest relationship. And I mean, like, oh my gosh, if anything happened to her, could you imagine? Like Theo would be decimated. So I'm sure this is going to be, no matter what her medical condition is, this is going to be really tough on Theo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, ladies. I think we're going to have to put off predictions till next week when we get McHugh back. But thank you so much for watching. This has been another amazing episode. We had a week off. We're back next week. We're excited. Where can we find you, Chae Jones?
You guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. And please watch Dish Upon a Star series on AfterBuzz TV YouTube channel, and follow the Dish Upon a Star _ Instagram account.
Awesome. Kay.
You can find me at Host K, that's HOSTKAY on Instagram and Twitter. And now I am spearheading a new show on AfterBuzz called The Black Hollywood Reporter, where we cover all things behind the scenes, business, and creative of Black Hollywood. So check that out Mondays at 5.
Awesome. You can find me at SeanStar75 on the gram and at Gorilla Suit Sean on Twitter. Thank you again so much. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for being in the chat. We love it. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.